The DCU has officially dropped the teaser trailer for their upcoming film, Clayface, set to hit theaters this October. This is being described as the first true horror movie in the new universe. But to really understand the story, we need to take a few steps back and look at the origins of Clayface. Let's start at the beginning. Basil Carlo, first introduced in 1940, was the original Clayface. Not a monster, just a man unraveling. Washed-up actor who once played a horror villain called Clayface in the movie Dread Castle, Carlo becomes obsessed with the role. When the studio remakes the film without him, he snaps, targeting the new cast while wearing the clay mask. The original character's backstory really leans into the psychological horror and the unraveling of a person's psyche. Basil Carlo wasn't a supervillain, he was just a crazy man in a mask. Then in 1961, we get Matt Hagen. A treasure hunter comes across a pool of radioactive protoplasm while scuba diving in a cave. After being exposed, he realizes that his body is now a malleable clay-like form. This is where we really get the body horror aspect of Clayface's origins. But the version most people recognize comes from Batman the Animated Series, specifically the two-part episode Feet of Clay from 1992. This version blends both origins into something much darker. Matt Hagen is reimagined as a disfigured actor addicted to a miracle face cream called Renew You, created by a corrupt industrialist, Roland Daggett. When Hagen is caught trying to steal more of the cream, Daggett's men end up force-feeding him a huge amount of it. The overdose destroys his cellular structure and turns him into the disgusting, melting flesh monster we all know and, love. This is where the psychological and body horror really blend together. This is truly where we start to see Clayface as such a tragic character and villain. This version of the character is the primary influence of the script, something writer Mike Flanagan has directly cited. Alright, with that out of the way, let's get into my thoughts on the trailer. First off, this movie is part of James Gunn's new DCU, not the Batverse from Matt Reeves, which I was surprised about, but I'm not mad at it. I'm honestly ready to see a Batman story that's less grounded. I'm kind of tired of the Batman in the real world type movies. I grew up with the animated series. I want to see these villains in their full, creepy, disgusting forms. Anyway, we see Matt Hagen as a young, up-and-coming actor. He's not just starting out, but he's not a nobody either. We get a brief scene of him being attacked, and then after that, it's all aftermath. Him in the hospital covered in bandages. Him after the hospital covered in masks, holding his face together. His face being injected with some kind of serum. And then his face melting and becoming deformed, even reacting to the touch of his own hand. So thankfully, this teaser doesn't show too much because anyone who knows me knows I avoid trailers and teasers like the plague. But it shows just enough of the body horror we can expect to see for me to start getting my hopes up. Bonus points for that quick moment in the teaser where in the shadows you can see Clayface's iconic mace hand. If this movie really leans into the transformation, the addiction, psychological aspects of losing your identity, the body horror, we might be looking at the best Batman villain adaptation yet. Anyway, did you see this teaser trailer? What do you think? Are you excited, or do you think that this is going to be a hard pass? Let me know what you think. I'm Holly. Thanks for watching.